Beloved brothers and sisters, there is an attribute of being human that is quite wonderful and powerful. And that is, you have control of your consciousness. You have control of where you place your focus. You have control of how you interpret the input that seems to come from your senses. Right now, if you want to, you can notice that in the cacophony of noise from social media and news media and the opinions of others, this is a festival of righteous indignation. Everyone, it seems, has the right to be offended and the right to attack you for offending them, or control you so that you can no longer offend them and others like them. And on this level of consciousness, there is no peace, there is no love, there is no joining, there is no resolution, there is no forgiveness. And it is your choice to participate in that conversation, if you wish, and find out what that feels like. I've talked before about the tyranny of being right. But let yourself feel how awful it is to think that you are right and someone else is wrong, and therefore the separation is justified and the attack is justified, creating more separation. The gift is that you don't have to be there. You don't have to stay there. And while you might be in front of the same person, you don't have to interpret things the way most people interpret them nowadays. There are several metaphors that are beautiful, one of which is, imagine yourself swimming in the ocean. If you're out in the ocean and a storm comes up, things get very serious. There's rain, there's lightning. And yet, if you bring your consciousness a little bit below the surface, the rain means nothing. The storm means nothing. And your return to the calm that is always calm, just below the surface. And if you like to get really calm, you can go deep below the surface. It doesn't mean that the rain isn't happening on the surface. It's just that you're not there. You're not interested. You're not tuned into that. When you're very young and your parents teach you how to go into the ocean, the first thing you do is you kind of step into the waves a little bit. And then when a wave comes, you run back onto the sand. Step in a little deeper, and another wave comes and you have fun, turn around and run back into the sand. But if you keep this up long enough, and if you get older, you realize that when you venture into the ocean, one by one, these waves start coming at you. And at first you can jump over them. And later you can turn your back to them so they're not so intense when they hit you. But at a certain point, you realize you're kind of out of your depth. And it's exhausting to be hit by wave after wave after wave and withstand the onslaught of these powerful waves that are coming at you. At some point, hopefully, a friend, a parent, or through your observation, you will realize there is a way to be in the ocean and not be buffeted around by every single wave that comes crashing at you. And that is to go under the wave. At a certain point, you can't jump over the wave, but you can dive under it. And when you do, you'll feel something go brush over your back, but you will be fine. And it allows you to be in the ocean, have waves, have some fun, but not be buffeted by them. Another metaphor is when you're on the ground and weather is harsh, and you're in an airplane on the tarmac. You're very much at the effect of the snow or the rain or the ice or whatever. But once that plane rises above the clouds, it's always sunny. So these things are available to you as reminders of your ability to change the altitude of your consciousness. You can bring yourself with help. Ask for help to do this if you struggle. But you can bring yourself to a place of calm. You can bring yourself to peace and love and acceptance and forgiveness of what is, without having to change it, without having to make it wrong, without having to attack it. You can be in the presence of a thunderstorm and know the peace of the sun always shining. You can be in the presence of mighty waves and know that in your consciousness, you can be beneath them, where it's always calm and it's always peaceful. And you can bring that peace to any situation. Not only that, you can see things on many dimensions. You can see the struggle and have empathy and compassion for what a person is believing. And at the same time know that they are fine and that you are fine and that the two of you are joined. And coming from that place of knowing, you can bring peace to that situation by your willingness to be open to what is true always. It's a gift. It's an absolute gift. And every day I see you exercising that gift, realizing the flexibility of your consciousness. You need not be buffeted around by waves. You need not be at the effect of weather. And not only that, you can love all of it. Weather itself is fascinating. You can be less concerned with good days and bad days. These are the days of your lives, and they're all good because they're all bringing you home. And they're all returning you to who you really are. I love being on this journey with you. I'm grateful when you ask for help. I'm with you always. I love you, and I'll be with you again.